All right, good morning. Welcome to RPG A Day 2022, August 11th. This is an interesting one. Where, if you could live in a role-playing game setting, where would it be? And this is a no-brainer for me without question. It's really first a literature setting. Second would be a game setting, thanks to MERP, The One Ring, any Lord of the Rings reference. But for me, uh, roughly every 18 months or so, I don't know if you can see this. I read The Hobbit. I share The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but usually every 18 months or so, I will read The Hobbit. The Hobbit is it goes back to my childhood. It is something that to me it launched this whole idea, this concept. Lord of the Rings, of course, came along a lot more gravitas, a lot epic, right? Epic, but The Hobbit is special for me, and for a number of reasons. But the theme for me too, the idea that little people that they just live, right? They live and they are not heroes, they're not great warriors, they're simple people. But even the simple people can have a great impact. Even the simple people, when they reach outside themselves, can go for it and they can achieve something. And they achieve it through their own means, the means that best suit them. Whatever your talents or your skills are, you can affect the world. You can affect change upon your society or upon a greater world, right? And The Hobbit to me was that kind of, as a young man, this idea, that no matter how we live in our little sheltered little environments, or no matter how much we have fear, that sometimes you have to go for it. You gotta go. You may even need a push from your brother, or a push from a friend, or a push from a coach, or a push from a school teacher, or a push from a parent. Gandalf, in a way, metaphorically, that push for Bilbo. But it's a world that allows the existence of hobbits and hobbits to live in a way sheltered. They have to go find adventure. They have to reach out. And if they don't, it could ultimately, the world itself could overwhelm hobbits. And there's something very special in literature about that for me as a person. Also, I'm only a 5'2", 5'3" guy, right? And I played football, I boxed, I wrestled, I did the best I could with a disease and short stature to be as fit and as strong as I could be to compete. A lot of it is in the head, right? Nobody was going to take me down, take me out, kind of thing. And so it was a big thing for me to express myself physically, being a short person. So this a Hobbit always rang true for me, right? Rang true for me. So, of course, what setting would I want to be in? I would want to be in the Lord of the Rings. I would want to be in the Hobbit. I would want to be in that One Ring setting where there's a place for the non-warrior to succeed. There's a place, there's an environment for the Hobbit, the halfling, to be. One of the reasons I Dungeons and Dragons was the few times I played as a kid, when my buddies would reach out and say, we'll DM a game, we'll DM this module, whatever. My characters would be halfling thieves. I loved thinking about having to use my head more than my powers, etc. And so it was just a natural fit for me. It was the idea of this kind of hero, this kind of person in this dangerous world. So it's a no-brainer for me. Where would I fit? Right, I would be tall among hobbits at 5'2", 5'3", right, depending on whether I'm wearing boots or not. Hobbits, of course, didn't wear shoes. And it's funny, as a kid, I went barefoot all the time, man. I was barefoot all the time. So somewhere deep down in my DNA, I'm a hobbit, right? So it would be Lord of the Rings. It would be any game setting that puts us in a place in which the world, a hero can be a halfling, can be a hobbit, which is one reason why I loved why I love Dungeons and Dragons. It was in general reach out to all this kind of fantasy genres, and in D&D, part of it, the original classes, the original races set the halfling, which at that point, to me, it was an absolute no-brainer that Dungeons and Dragons was inspired by Tolkien's work, or at least Gary Gygax and his friends somewhere saw value in it. So anyway, that's a long answer to a very simple question. It would be a Tolkien setting. It would be a Tolkien game setting. So Thanks, everybody out there. Have a fantastic week. See you again. Bye bye.